Exclusive, inside America's Zombieland, Philadelphia's Kensington neighborhood looks like a scene from The Walking Dead as grim photos show trank addicts shooting up in broad daylight on sidewalks. Exclusive pictures of Kensington neighborhood of Philadelphia, long known as Ground Zero for the city's drug epidemic, reveal a shocking scene of drug devastation. Many addicts are injecting themselves in broad daylight and lying passed out in the streets. More than 90% of the heroin now found in Philadelphia contains xylazine, or trank, which was developed in 1962 as an anesthetic for veterinary procedures, and its use has soared since the pandemic. It causes a blackout stupor along with deep, festering wounds that frequently lead to amputations. Typical treatments for overdoses. The Kensington neighborhood of Philadelphia, known as Ground Zero for the city's drug epidemic, is in crisis due to widespread abuse of an animal tranquilizer called xylazine. Addicts are shooting up in broad daylight, hunched over in a stupor or passed out on the streets. Many have raw, gaping wounds in desperate need of medical attention. And there are needles, syringes, and garbage littered across the sidewalks. I've never seen human beings remain in these kinds of conditions. The city's drug use and violence has run rampant under woke District Attorney Larry Krasner, whose failure to prosecute minor crimes and bail request policies have come with an uptick in crime in the city of brotherly love. Inside Philadelphia's trank hellscape, disturbing new footage shows devastating scale of drug crisis in Kensington neighborhood, with addicts crowding filthy sidewalks and shooting up in broad daylight. Shocking footage has revealed the scale of Philadelphia's untamed trank epidemic, which has transformed the city's streets into a drug-infested hellhole. The Kensington neighborhood, known as Ground Zero for the city's drug crisis, is seen littered with zombie-like addicts, with many shamelessly shooting up in broad daylight. Gruesome scenes in the city of brotherly love show droves of homeless addicts aimlessly staggering through the streets, surrounded by tents and scattered trash. The harrowing situation is fueled by the rise of the drug xylazine, also known as trank, a lethal sedative that is often used to enhance the effects of heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. Philadelphia has become overwhelmed with drug-fueled crime under woke District Attorney Larry Krasner, a self-described progressive prosecutor. His failure to clamp down on crimes and handling of the city's drug crisis led to his impeachment in 2022 for dereliction of duty. However, he remains in office after his impeachment trial was indefinitely postponed. But the effects of his tenure has seen trank take over the streets of Philadelphia, with new footage showing a mass of addicts hunched over in a stupor or passed out on the sidewalk. I've never seen human beings remain in these kinds of conditions, said Sarah Laurel, who runs outreach organization Savage Sisters, earlier this year. They have open, gaping wounds. They can't walk, and they tell me, if I go to the hospital, I'm going to get sick. They're so terrified of the detox. Earlier this year, disturbing photographs obtained by DailyMail.com laid bare the scale of the city's tragic drug problem. Amid a flood of the popular and dangerous drug,